This summit is a celebration of ambition, resilience, and leadership, qualities that define every woman who is in this room today. When I look at this audience, I see future leaders, entrepreneurs, and change makers, women who are breaking stereotypes and carving their own paths. But I also recognize that the journey to leadership is not always easy. I stand before you today not as the executive director of Bank of Baroda, but as someone who has walked this path. My career has been a blend of challenges, triumphs, and continuous learning. And through it all, I have realized one thing: success isn't about doing everything. It's about doing what truly matters. Today, I want to discuss three fundamental aspects of women's leadership. Preeta has made my job a lot easier by speaking on this. The power of mentorship, networking, and strong connections, because no one succeeds alone, and our support system defines our success. Breaking gender biases and championing equity, because the glass ceiling is still real, but so is our ability to shatter it. Managing work and life effectively, because let's face it, as women, we are often expected to balance both seamlessly. I would like to put out a powerful quote that has shaped my journey, and I'm sure most of yours. I'm grateful for my struggle, because without it, I wouldn't have stumbled across my strength. Every challenge is an opportunity, and adversities especially that women face make our success more meaningful. If I had to name one thing that has shaped my career the most, it wouldn't be talent or hard work, though these are important. It would be mentorship and networking. Success doesn't happen in isolation. Behind every successful woman is a network of people who have supported her. Being a mentor is not just about giving advice. It's about lifting others up. We need more women mentoring women, because when one of us rise, all of us rise. Mentorship should be about building decision-making skills, confidence, and opportunities for others. How to leverage mentorship and networking for growth? Find the right mentors. You need different mentors for different aspects: career growth, leadership, and even personal development. Don't hesitate to seek them out. Be a mentor yourself. Mentorship is a two-way street. No matter where you are in your journey, there's always someone who can benefit from your experiences. Networking isn't about just collecting business cards. It's about meaningful relationships. Engage, ask questions, and offer value. Like Preeta just mentioned, some time back I was also in that room where I found a whole lot of women leaders sitting. And I found a whole lot of them discussing about things. So this is actually what matters, and it's not just about exchanging your cards. If you're able to network well, you really will be able to understand things and the challenges faced by all the women, and you'll also be able to help the women in your own organization. While networking is very important, you also need to have something called sponsorship. Sponsorship is something which propels you forward. A sponsor is someone who actively advocates for your success in leadership circles, and you really need to seek them out. Mentors are in their own place, and sponsors are also in their own place. Women often hesitate to put themselves in the spotlight, but visibility is the key. Take the stage, present ideas, and make your voice heard. And finally, my urge to each one of you: fix another woman's crown without telling the world it was crooked. Let's talk about something that every woman in this room has faced. I have also faced at some point: gender bias. Whether it's being underestimated, being asked about managing responsibilities at home, or being denied leadership roles, we have all experienced it in different ways. The good news is we are not powerless against it. Let me tell you, I have completed 31 years of service in the public sector. It's quite different from the private sector. But, people equally go through this, whether it's the public sector or private sector. Women often have to work harder to prove themselves in leadership roles. The goal is not just representation, but equal opportunities based on skill, expertise, and performance. Companies need to eliminate unconscious bias. Many of you are in higher levels, in hiring, promotions, and decision-making as well. Some strategies and common tips I would like to share, this is again through my personal experiences, with you to overcome these biases. Challenge stereotypes in everyday conversations. Speak up when you see bias. I know it's difficult, but you really need to speak up. If you don't speak up, it wouldn't help. Even in subtle forms, you need not be very vocal, but even in subtle forms, if you're actually able to challenge these things, it helps. Whether it's an assumption that women are too emotional for leadership or that certain roles are better suited for men, we must challenge these narratives. This is with due regards to the men who are sitting behind. No pun intended. It's only for the women who are more here. Women are often hesitant to negotiate salaries or ask for promotions. But if we don't advocate for ourselves, who will? Speak up for your own worth. Support other women. Women breaking barriers shouldn't be exceptions. It should be the norm. This is what we are also trying to bring into the public sector. Because if you see organizations like ours, this is my third bank, the representation of the women in the workforce is less than 30%. And it makes it really challenging and difficult. Create a culture where women can support and uplift one another instead of competing with each other. And let me tell you one thing, women competing with one another is something which is widely seen, at least in the banks that I have worked. This is something which all of us should try and avoid. We should be trying to help each other rather than competing with one another. And educate and engage male allies. It really helps. Change doesn't happen in isolation. We need to involve men in our conversations about equity and inclusion, which in our current organization, I have one of my colleagues who would be speaking on this. She's here, Nikita. We actually do this, and it really helps. Many men want to be allies, but they really don't know how to do it. Guide them, whether you're in a leadership position or just starting. Your journey inspires others. Every woman who succeeds makes it easier for the next one to follow. This is something which you need to understand. We often hear about work-life balance, but as the slide suggests, it's impossible to be perfect everywhere. The truth is, work-life balance is a constant adjustment, not a fixed formula. Some days, work will take priority, and on other days, family will need more attention, and that's okay. Balancing work and family comes with making choices, not sacrifices. Women often feel the pressure to be perfect in both roles, but perfection is not the goal. Believe me, it's harmony. Success does not mean excelling in everything. It means knowing where to focus your energy at the right time. And a few practical tips from my experience on how I have balanced my work and life effectively. Set clear priorities. Not everything needs your attention, whether it's in the workplace or at home. At all times, focus on what's urgent and important. And let go of the guilt of not doing something. And learn to say no. It's very important. Women often take on more than what they can actually handle at work or at home, and also in social circles. Saying no is not selfish. It's necessary, many a time. Delegate and ask for help. I find women not asking for help, even in my own institution and the institutions that I have worked. They feel that the moment you ask for help, it means you are not thorough with things or you really don't know things. That's not it. At this level, at an executive director's level, I still seek out help on things which I really don't know. You can't be expecting to know everything. You don't have to do everything. That's another thing. Yourself, whether at home or work, empower others to share your responsibilities. Create non-negotiable personal time. It's very important. I know it's very difficult, but this is something which you really need to do. Block time in your schedule for yourself, whether it's an exercise, reading, or family time. Protect it like an important meeting. This is something which you really need. Very often, most of us, even if I'm speaking, it's very difficult to do this, but we really need to do this. Use technology smartly. This is another thing which is important. Productivity tools, calendars, and automation can help manage time better and reduce mental clutter. Most importantly, to every woman in this room, drop the perfectionism. Work-life balance is not about perfection. It's about making choices that align with your goals and also your values. Having said this, I just have a video for you. Most of you would have seen this, but it's a short video with a speech excerpt from Indra Nui. I'm sure most of you would have seen it. That really resonates with how women cannot have it all. The secret is to figure out a winning formula to integrate work and personal commitments. Firoza, if you-
Comments by PepsiCo CEO Indra Nooyi are getting a lot of attention online. She is the latest female leader of a major corporation. Talk about balancing family and her job as an executive. In an interview, the Aspen Ideas Festival with the Atlantic's David Bradley, Nooyi gave a brutally honest and at times humorous opinion on the issue. Beena Vaheed tells us what she said. She's always so candid, Anita. I love this about her. Good morning.
A lot of women that we're talking about today. Indra Nooyi joined PepsiCo 20 years ago and was named chairman and CEO in 2006. In order to give a candid account of what it was really like for her to be a parent while running a Fortune 500 company.
I don't think women can have it all. I just don't think so. It's true. I mean, we cannot have it all.
For Indra Nooyi, having grown up in a conservative home, the work-life balance isn't just internal. Her mother's reaction to her 2006 promotion, remember what your role is from your home.
The got home at about 10, parked the car, got into the garage, and my mother was waiting at the top of the steps. And I said to Mom, I got great news for you. And she said, well, the little news breaks, can you go out and get some milk? I went out and got the milk and came back. I looked back on the counter and I said, I have great news for you. I've just been told I'm going to be president of the board of directors. And all that you want me to do is to go out and get the milk. What kind of a mom are you? And she said to me, let me explain something to you. You might be president of PepsiCo, you might be on board of directors, but when you enter this house, you're the wife, you're the daughter-in-law, you're the mother, so leave that damn crown in the garage.
Her message, while laced with humor, was blunt, even sad.
If you ask our daughters, I'm not sure they will say that I've been a good mom. I'm not sure.
But she says there are ways to grapple with the work-life balance.
My daughter would come home and she'd say, list of all the mothers that were there, and you're not their mom. First few times I would die with guilt, but I developed coping mechanisms. I called the school and I said, give me a list of mothers who are not there. So when she came home in the evening, she'd say, you're not there, you're not there. I said, Mrs. Rag wasn't there, Mrs. So-and-so wasn't there. So I'm not the only bad mother.
Nooyi says the person who suffers the most is her husband, Raj. He was in the audience as she shared his thoughts on how challenging the demands of her career can be on a relationship.
Raj always says, you know what, your list is PepsiCo, 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 your 2 kids, our 2 kids, your mom, and then the bottom of the list is me. The 2 ways to look at it. You should be happy over the list.
She says the key part is having support family and of course
Yeah, I think-
who actually help pitch in raising kids.
Yeah, Firoza.
So true, Andy. I met both her daughters, and they actually think she's a very good mom. But I've heard her say that she's going to change clothes because one of her young daughters at the time didn't like what she was wearing. I think she's so great.
I think
this is there on the YouTube, and I'm sure many of us would have faced this across, in our homes and also in our workplaces. This is something which all of us, I'm sure, would have faced. As we come to the end of this discussion, let's reflect on the key takeaways from the slides and from our discussion. Success comes from priorities, not perfection. Your network can really shape your career. Support and uplift other women. Challenge biases. Never let them define you. This is something which you really should be taking in. Own your journey and never stop learning. The road ahead is exciting, and together we can transform the landscape of women in leadership. Thank you, and I look forward to engaging with each one of you. Thank you very much.